Next, let's look at example 25 on page 157 of your notes booklet. There we go, page 157, and we're looking at example 5. Now in this case, they've given us a linear graph and they want us to come up with a formula for it. So what letters do they want us to use? The price P in euro is described by a linear function on the graph shown, and you can see that they have labelled my y-axis as P for the price. The launch price is €1.50, so we can see our y-intercept there. And they want us to find a formula relating P to T, where T is the time in months, like this. So T is my X value, and we're going to come up with a formula P of T. We can see it's a straight line, so it should be y equals mx plus c, except for instead of x we have t. So t is my x value and p is my y value, or my function value. So y equals mx plus c, where m is the slope function, and c is my y-intercept. Let's pick the low-hanging fruit. My y-intercept is given to me straight away. It's written in here, 0, 1.5. So that's at the point 1.5. So we know that value straight away. My slope then, well, they've given me a second point here on the function. So I have 2 points. I have, let's label them A and B. A is the point 0, 1.5. and B is the point 6, 3. So my slope function from coordinate geometry is y2, the difference between the y values, minus y1, over x2 minus x1, the difference between the x values, rise over run. If I could read the values on the graph clearly, I could just do it straight from rise over run, but I can't, so I need to use the function, I need to use the formula. So we fill into this 3 minus 1.5 over 6 minus 0. And it's perfectly fine to have decimals inside of fractions because the calculator can handle those. 3 minus 1.5 over 6, and we get a quarter. So my slope is a quarter. And I now know my y-intercept and my slope, and I can fill into those and say that P of T is a quarter T plus 1.5. So that is matching this formula here. Y equals mx plus c. The price is the slope by the time plus the starting value. That's the first part. It's the answer to part 1. And then for part 2, they asked us to use it to find P when the time is 3.5. So they want us to find P of 3.5. So that's a quarter by 3.5 plus 1.5. And we'll just fill that into our calculator and we'll get the price. So that's a quarter, 1 over 4 times 3.5, if you can't see that, plus 1.5. And that gives us 19 over 8. But it's money, so we're going to change that to 2 decimal places, 2.375, so it's approximately €2.38 after 3.5 months. So that is the answer. Okay, so that's how you use the graph to come up with a formula and then use the formula the same way that we always have been.